Hi, it's me, the autistic Gen X software dev with anxiety and depression. Some call me Tim. So today, I was sitting here thinking about what did I want to discuss, and I realized that I have this list. It's got a bunch of shit on it that I'm supposed to talk about, and it's exactly like my Steam library. There's so many things, and I don't want to play any of them. I want something new. So same with my list. Look at all this stuff. Nah, I don't want to talk about any of that. We should talk about something different. Still fucking tired. All right, so I had physical therapy yesterday because I'm having shoulder issues because I'm old and I've been playing the piano and doing magic tricks and playing with the mouse and typing and doing everything with my right hand. Haha, get your mind out of that. Get out of the gutter. I've been doing everything and now I'm getting old. So that's what I should talk about. And then I realized that yesterday when I was at my appointment with therapy, the physical therapist had to keep bringing me back into the session because I started talking about random shit like movies and stuff and asking her questions about Taylor Swift because she's a Swiftie. And I've never actually known one out in the wild. So I'm like an anthropologist. I just ask questions, just trying to, get a sense of like, where's your head at? I don't know if they go together, but it seems that Taylor Swift fans also love trashy reality television. I'm just going off this one data point, so obviously it must be true for everybody because that's what we do in 2025. We just make sweeping generalizations with no facts or logic whatsoever. But as I'm sitting there trying to talk to her and she's just trying to be like, okay, come on back. We're doing therapy now. I'm going to stick pins in you and we're going to do exercises. And you did it. Come on. I realized that I just randomly talk to people about stuff. And it's not just the physical therapist. When I have therapy, I end up having conversations. Yeah, so new insecurity unlocked. No, what? New trauma unlocked. I just touched the space bar while I was recording at some point, and I looked down and I'm not recording anymore. But I'm keeping it. So back to what I was saying was that I'll talk to my therapist and suddenly we're having a discussion about her life and her stuff. And it's not even about me anymore. And I do this. I will tell you that I am an extreme introvert and I never like to go outside and I don't like people. And that is true. But also, I'm really good at masking when I'm out. And also I'm very good at just striking up a conversation and chatting like I'm chatting with you right now. If we are in a social situation and we sit down and we're at a table and it's like four of us and we're having dinner, I am completely quiet. I am just going to sit there and not say anything and just be totally awkward. But if we're standing in line at the grocery store for some reason and I don't know who you are, I'll just start blabbering on and pick up a conversation like we've been having it for 20 minutes already and just la la la, just going about my day. How you doing? And da da da. And I've seen that. And my wife is always just baffled, like, who are you? I don't know. I'm just saying. Having a relationship with people I don't know. Okay, but I can't do it when it's people I know. It's kind of like this interesting thing here with YouTube where I'm talking to the channel. I'm bearing my soul. Anybody could see this, and I'm fine with it. But I have trouble recording these videos if my wife is sitting right over there. Yeah, if my wife is sitting over there working on her computer and doing her stuff. Whoa, I can't be myself on the video. It's so weird and random. Autism is just such a pain in the butt. Yeah. So anyway, that's the thing that I do. I have a conversation with somebody that I don't know and talk to them. This is really turning into some shit. I really got to get some sleep. Ugh. So yes, I'll have a conversation with somebody I don't know. And it's like we've been friends for a long time and we're just picking up a conversation we were having yesterday, right? And then if I'm in a social situation, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do small talk on command, I guess. That's the thing. I can't do stuff on command. Like I remember so much of my life, right? I remember stuff from when I was 2 years old. 2. And maybe you're thinking, you don't really remember. Nobody remembers stuff when they're that young. Yeah, I do. I know this because I've talked to my mom, right? And told her this stuff. And she's like, how the hell do you remember that? You were like an infant. You could barely walk. I don't know. I just remember the trip that we took to Chicago. I remember sitting in the plane. I remember I had a bag. I had a Felix the Cat book at 2. I know who Felix the Cat is. Like, what? I remember standing outside at night. It was so humid, and I'm from Southern California, so I don't know what humid is. But at 2, I recognize humidity. I don't know. It's so strange. But I have absolutely no control over what I remember. I have no control over when I can do small talk. I have no control over why do I remember the name of the people I sat next to in 3rd grade, but I don't remember that I was supposed to water the plants yesterday. Like, why can't I remember important things? I could tell you details about my middle school, but I don't remember what I had for food yesterday. Why do I remember such stuff? And I remember weird things. So like, okay, one time I was having a conversation with a coworker who was telling me about when he was robbed. And he was saying that I don't know how this conversations get started. But again, I just have these random conversations with people. He said that they were robbed and he could see that the drawers were pulled out from the bottom first, then the middle, then the top. And he said, that's how you know they're professionals, because if you open the top drawer first, you have to shut it, then to open the next drawer, which is how most people look for stuff, right? But if they're robbing it, they'd go bottom up so they don't have to shut the drawers. And I just thought, wow, it's very sad that you've been robbed and that you've been robbed enough to know when they're professionals or amateurs. And then that was like 25 years ago. And every time I put the laundry away, so every Monday, every week, I put the laundry away. Every time I open up my wife's drawers, I think of that moment and I think about being robbed. 25 years ago, every week, this thing somebody randomly said in passing is just stuck in my head for all of eternity. I wish I could choose these weird things that get stuck in my head or stuff that I randomly remember. There's just so weird stuff in there. Like, why do I remember the names of kids in 1st grade? Why do I remember just random things? Like, I was chatting with my wife, and she mentioned something about her platoon sergeant back in the Army in 1992. And I was like, oh yeah, Sergeant so-and-so. And she was like, what? How do you remember that? I don't know. And then she said, well, what was the name of my such and such? What was the name of my commander? I don't know. That's not the little factoid that I didn't decide to remember that's in there. It's just this random stuff. I don't know if you're supposed to remember things from when you're that young. And I don't know if you're supposed to remember these random things. Like, I don't have that kind of memory, right? Where like I remember every day and what the weather was and the date and all that. No, I don't have that. I can't read stuff and remember it. I'll read an entire book and forget everything that happened. And then I'll read another book and there'll be just this little part that sticks in my mind till the end of time, like Dirk Gently in Zen Driving, or the couch. It's just stuck there and it never goes away. I would love to be able to go through my files and delete shit and reorganize stuff and make room for stuff that's important. but sadly, I don't have that ability. I've just, I just really don't seem to have control over a lot of the things that I do, that are autistic. It's like, hey, Tim, do an autism. And I can't autism on command. It's got to happen naturally. That might be the title of the video. Autism on command. Like, I can't do it. So, thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me and listening to me rabble on. Do all the stuff for the algorithm, and I'm adding thumbnails now, and I'm going to start posting this stuff on other stuff. Posted on a Discord forum the other day, and I got actually good feedback. I was terrified that people were going to laugh at me or make fun of me, the usual shit. I'm doing it anyway. I kind of feel like, hey, I think maybe I divide the room, and that's probably a good thing. I'm just trying to be genuine and honest. I don't want it to be super professional. I want it to be like janky and artisanal. Like a hippie video made by artisanal monks off in the clouds. See what I mean? Random shit. Anyway, until next time. Peace.